Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, boys and girls, and all those out to see, it's Scott Hammond with the 100% Humboldt podcast with my new best friend, Leira. Hi, Leira.
Hi, Scott.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Tell us your last name.
Satlof.
Satlof. Gotcha. Tell us your story. Who's Leira? Who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, I've done a lot of things in Humboldt County.
Mm-hmm.
Most people probably know me either because I ran Ferndale Repertory Theatre for a number of years.
Yes, you did.
Or because I had a food truck for a hot minute.
Really?
Called Nature Serving World Food Fast.
Wow.
Yes, and now I run Ferndale Senior Resource Agency.
In Ferndale, which is in California.
Yes.
Wait, I could use my prop already. Look at this. So this is my map of Humboldt.
Nice.
And this is where we are here in Humboldt Bay, Eureka. Oh, Eureka's here. That's Arcata. And Ferndale is right down there. As you know, there it is right there. The little village of the Victorian village.
It is a Victorian village.
Is it true that you have to live there about 200 years before you're local? Or considered as a local?
I don't think so, but it is true. That's not my impression.
Uh-huh.
Most of the Main Street businesses are owned by people who retired and got some sort of, retirement project and thought it would be fun to be in retail and are now dealing with the consequences of that.
Right.
And they seem perfectly welcome in town. But it is true that Ferndale has a long history,
mm-hmm.
and that especially in my business where I'm taking, providing services for older folk, that there are layers of family relations.
Yeah.
And so it's been, I often say I wish somebody would give me like a family tree overlay with the town map so that I know who's, which families are related to whom in which houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's got a rich heritage. So Portuguese, Italian, and is it Dutch? It's not Dutch. They're Danish, Copenhagen.
Finnish? I don't know.
Is there some Finnish? Maybe from Denmark. A lot of dairy people. Anyway.
Yes.
Hi, Ferndale. What's up? You know who's cool in Ferndale that was on my show is my boy from the Steeple, the old Steeple.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
He's a great guy, man. Isn't it terrible?
And that's a beautiful thing that he's doing there. Mark Daniels, I think is his name, right?
No, it's the other guy.
It's the other guy?
He might, yeah. It's the other guy. And I'll think of it here in a minute. I had him as a guest. Great guy. He's in a band. He's in a surf.
Yeah.
They do good shows too.
They do great shows, and they've done it's a beautiful little space that they've created there.
Yeah, it's really
fun space to see an artist in.
We see Huckleberry Flint every year there. They do 2 shows. It's always fun.
Nice.
And Tuya's Tacos.
Hi, Tuya's is great.
Hi, Glory. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that kind of are imports, but yeah, to not make my point, it's always friendly there. I've never felt that that vibe, whatever that vibe is, but it's
what vibe?
That unwelcoming. Hey, we're local, and what are you doing here? Vibe.
Oh, I mean, I think that's just the difference between those who understand tourism and those who understand cows.
Right.
Right.
I like that. Good. So tell us the Leira story.
Oh, the Leira story. Okay, so I was born in Manhattan, and my parents are artists, and my mother, we moved to San Francisco. My parents divorced. We moved to San Francisco with a crazy Italian guy, and bought a piece of property in southern Humboldt County.
Wow, what was his name?
Carlo Mazzone Clementi.
Oh, famous.
People might know him as the founder of Dell'Arte, which he founded with my mother, Jane Hill.
Wow.
So Dell'Arte started on a piece of property in Panther Gap.
Famous, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that necessarily.
And then eventually they got tired of commuting. And so they found the building in Blue Lake and they moved to Eureka. And I think I was in, I don't remember, 4th or 5th grade when that happened. So did most of my childhood here. And then went to Manhattan to study opera.
Whoa.
And then lived in Santa Rosa for 20-something years.
Wow.
And then came back here.
Manhattan, I bet that was something.
Manhattan is something. Manhattan in the 80s was really something.
I bet it.
Everybody was dropping dead.
Yeah, it was really... There's a lot of... I remember New York really needed cleaning up at some point, as I remember.
Oh, it was also the height of the tragic AIDS crisis.
Right. That's hard.
So when I was in school, lots of my colleagues were unwell.
That's sad. So today did you graduate? You didn't graduate Arcata High.
No, I didn't graduate anywhere. I left Eureka High, which was just a little too provincial for me at the time. And I told my parents that I had been accepted at the University of Washington, which was not quite true. I had been accepted by a voice teacher who also taught at the University of Washington.
A little different.
It's a little different. But by the time they caught me out, I had gotten some big city experience, and I had applied to the Manhattan School of Music.
Wow.
So I went there, and I got an actual degree, a fantastic degree, a BM.
A BM, which is
a Bachelor of Music, yeah.
And your mom was probably proud because she's from Manhattan.
Yeah, all the parents were proud.
Yeah. And Carlo where was he from?
Yeah, he's from Italy.
Is he Italian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had split up by then. And actually, my mother had remarried my father when I graduated from college.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I came back here to have a baby with my first husband, who just had a baby of her own.
Oh, wow.
And got a graduate degree from what was then Humboldt State University.
Now it's Cal Poly.
And now is.
Mm-hmm. We just had President Richard on. He's an amazing guy.
Nice.
Yeah. Good school.
Yeah.
So cool. So you traveled a bit.
I've traveled a bit.
What did you do when you came back from opera school or music school with your...
Oh, let's see. What did I do? Well, we came here. I taught at Dell'Arte for a while. I had a baby. I got a graduate degree. My husband and I split up. He moved to Santa Rosa, and then I moved to Santa Rosa with my now current husband.
Nice.
And we lived there for 20-something years, where I was the cantorial soloist at a synagogue and taught at the junior college, did a lot of directing of shows at the junior college in Santa Rosa.
Nice. Good school.
Yeah. And then in 2012, I had the crazy idea that I would open a food truck in Humboldt County.
Wow.
And like most food businesses, it lasted 3 years and nearly bankrupted me. And then lucky for me, Ferndale Repertory Theatre was looking for somebody to help it recover from some bad leadership.
They had a long, colorful history, right?
Yeah.
Been around a while.
Yes. Ferndale Rep has been around for almost 50 years, I think now. Maybe more than 50 years.
Nice little theater, too.
Beautiful theater.
And then there's the theater in Scotia, which I thought was really cool back in the day. I have no idea what it's like today.
I think it's exactly the same.
All redwood and kind of interesting, like tree thing, like tree forms of wood in there.
Indeed.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, cool. So your current gig is you're taking a senior resource center?
Resource agency. We don't actually have a place.
Mm-hmm.
We use the commercial kitchen at the Ferndale Community Center, which some people know as the Fireman's Pavilion. Mm-hmm. And we have the city owns that building, and we have a nice partnership with the city where we run some classes in there, and we have activities during the day, and then...
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working with Area 1 on Aging, Agency on Aging, A1AA.
Yeah. What about them?
Oh, I've started to resource them for like Medicare and things of that nature.
Yeah, that really HICAP program is fantastic.
HICAP, yeah, Rosanna. Yeah. Hi, Rosanna. Yeah, she does a really good job. Maggie Kraft is coming on soon.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you guys all do a super noble mission there and taking care of all of our seniors who turns out are us.
Well, that's true. That's
it's
really
become
true.
Us.
Yep. Well, Ferndale's a little bit tricky, right? Because the bridge turns out to be a bit of a barrier for folks.
Oh.
So we run the Meals on Wheels program in Ferndale. About 70 clients a day.
Wow.
And we have a transport service because Ferndale has no bank. And we're working on improving the grocery store. The grocery store's just been sold, so we all have high hopes about the grocery store. But yeah, it's hard for folks to get, to their doctor's appointments and whatnot. So we have a transport service. And then we have all these kind of social groups and
I would
educational
say
groups.
It's an island, right?
Educational and exercise kinds of things geared specifically for older folk.
We have a building someday?
Oh, my board would really like me to do a capital campaign and get us a building someday.
Maybe somebody will give you one.
Maybe. Could happen.
Could. Patrick Cleary, hey, well, did he own that big barn where the K-Hum was?
I'm not sure about that. Yeah. That might be true.
Hey, he's a generous man.
Yeah, right?
Hi, Pat.
No, that is absolutely the kind of thing that can happen in Ferndale. So, for example, we just did a fundraiser. It was an online fundraiser. I had a $3,000 goal. We did it in partnership with Access Humboldt, who kind of hosted it. There were 32. Yeah. It was called the Bold Day of Giving.
Yeah, we were part of that a little bit.
Oh, were you? Mm-hmm. Who's we?
Me, Scott Hammond, State Farm. Like a good neighbor.
State Farm was a part of the Bold Day of Giving?
My State Farm was.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. I was bold and I gave.
Oh, I see. Yeah. As a donor.
Yeah, correct.
I thought you meant as a...
No, I didn't organize it.
State Farm is not a nonprofit, is it?
No, they're super helpful because they air all these shows. We'll see you there.
Fantastic. Well, Thank you, State Farm. Good for you.
Thank you, Christina Shields, and all of Access Humboldt.
Anyway, yes. Oh, for sure.
They're wonderful.
They did incredible work. So anyway, we had a $3,000 goal, and we raised $6,095.
Beautiful.
So that a building could drop into our lap is not a entirely impossible thing.
Think big, right? Watch what you pray for. You might get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't receive because we don't ask. So we need to ask more. No, I love that. And so I love the fact that you have a heart for seniors. That's pretty cool.
Seniors are really quite interesting. And as you said, we are them.
We are them.
So I have a mother who's 87 who, as we speak, this is why I have a heart out, as we speak, is being moved from a hospital where she's just had a variety of procedures to Granada, and she is not happy about it.
I bet.
So I took this job kind of just in time to learn. I've been in the job for just over a year now, and I have learned a ton.
Lots of resources.
And lots of folks in this community have been really helpful to me.
Cool.
And but also the seniors are fascinating. And I get to come to work like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. There's a thing called a SAIL class, Staying Active and Independent for Life. It's free to anybody who's in the Ferndale neighborhood. And people are very devoted about it's a long class. It's a 2-hour long class, right? But it starts with aerobics and, to music.
Sure.
Yes. So I will come into my office Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and there are all these people, like dancing to the Bee Gees. And they're the whole thing. Go. It's like the most cheerful way to come to work.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's really cool. And so many seniors have so many cool stories and life lessons and want to share.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to share. I have a 93-year-old attorney that I'm going to have on later in the summer.
Fun.
Local guy that's got, he's going to regale us with crazy history of Humboldt. It should be fun. Speaking of Humboldt, what do you like about Humboldt County?
Oh, the environment is pretty incredible. My husband and I are thinking about retiring to Oregon to be with our youngest child. And so we've been spending some time up there looking for property and whatnot. And every time we drive back down, it's like, it's very beautiful here. It's very beautiful there.
What part of Oregon?
It's quite different. They want to be in Jackson County.
Yes, that's, is that Grants Pass? Or is that Josephine?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if Grants Pass. I think Grants Pass is in Jackson.
I think so. One's Josephine, one's Jackson. I think.
Yeah, Josephine is right when you cross the border, and then it pretty quickly becomes Jackson.
Yeah.
So my youngest, who is a world-traveling lighting technician, needs to be within 45 minutes of an international airport, which Medford has.
Sure.
So that's kind of our circle.
That's neat. And then there's Ashland, the Brit Festival. And
yeah.
Have you been to the Brit and seen concerts?
I have not seen a concert, but I have driven by the Brit.
Oh my gosh. It's so cool.
Yeah. And we now have like a favorite coffee shop in Jacksonville.
Oh, which one? It's right by the Brit down the hill.
Bean.
It's something with a bean in it.
Human bean.
It's got brick. It's got brick.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's a cool place.
They make a mean bagel in there.
Really? Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
We eat there sometimes. Yeah, we love going up there to see shows. In fact, we're going in a few weeks to see first show of the year, Los Lobos, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Good show.
Whiskey Myers. And then we're going to see, I'm really old, but I like String Cheese Incident. They're really like this. They're so good.
Okay, well, you're outside my wheelhouse now.
Yeah, I got to wear a tie-dye and everything. It's really got to be colorful. So anyway, fun group of people. So yeah, we're going to see about 6 shows this year.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just fun to hang out. And we look around and all the silver hair people, and Joni goes, my wife, hey, our tribe they're all here.
Yes.
I go, yeah, they're there. They are.
We went to see Curtis Salgado recently. And
is he blues?
Yeah, incredible story and amazing performer at his age with only one lung.
Wow. Wow.
And yes, the entire audience was.
Where'd you see him?
We're all old now.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the theater. It's a converted movie theater in Grants Pass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Judy Collins is coming there in October.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the Rogue Theater. Been there for a long time. They've had a lot of shows over the years too. But Britt, we just like it because it's outdoors and it's a very small Hollywood bowl surrounded. You've been there, you've seen it. But it's magic. You're right. So you leave Humboldt County, you go up there, and Joni and I have 9 kids, 3 of which live there, and 4 grandkids.
Wow.
And so we've been going back and forth for a while, and mentally going back and forth, going, I don't know, could we leave Humboldt County?
I know it's a tricky decision.
There's so much here.
Well, I'll tell you what the deciding factor for us is. I mean, aside from the fact that we'd like to be near our children, is healthcare.
Mm-hmm. Is this talking senior talk again?
As my 87-year-old mother is trying to access healthcare, and I am looking at how hard that is, not just for her, but also for many of our clients.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe go someplace with a really good healthcare infrastructure would be smart.
Robust.
Yeah, it is robust.
So my daughter's next door neighbor, Tim, is a doctor, and he sees a lot of people from Humboldt. Go figure. So they come up there.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of healthcare and a lot of senior housing and senior programs and pretty hardcore. International airport, good weather, kids.
Yep.
Healthcare.
Yep. All good reasons. But we're not retiring yet, so we'll see what the universe has in store for us.
That's right. Hear that, universe? So what do you not like, since we're back on Humboldt, what do you not like about Humboldt? Anything that catches you?
Healthcare.
There's
no,
one.
I mean, I love Humboldt. Humboldt has, I don't know, this might be apocryphal, but more artists per capita than any place else in the United States is something that we used to say when I was in the arts world. I'm not sure it's actually true.
Kind of anecdotal, but probably true.
It might be true, in part because there were fantastic programs for developing those kinds of things in the 70s when, that's when Ferndale became an artist resident town. That's when Dell'Arte was established. That was, we were trying to get people working after the Vietnam War, and there were all these programs.
And you got the Ink people that does a lot here still.
Yes, and more theater than any small area could possibly need.
Talking to Paul DeMarc about music in the Old Town Bar and Grill in those days, he had music 5-6 nights a week with real bands.
Yep.
Robert Cray would come through, and all these guys that were fabulous, and so less of that doesn't mean we don't have good music. There's lots of good musicians.
Lots of good musicians. Do you ever go to the Arcade Playhouse?
I do. Yeah, I really like that.
Me too.
We saw the Wardens. They were a bluegrass band from BC, and they had like ranger uniforms, and they had a slideshow of Banff and Vancouver. And all that. They were great. Yeah, I've seen a couple of people there that were really good. It's a fun venue.
It's a great venue. Very sweet.
Arcade Theatre Lounge is interesting. We just saw Dirty Cello at Humbrew's last weekend. And she's amazing. She play rock and roll cello. She's
fantastic.
You talk about a hard-working band. They're from Bay Area, and they come. She's come several times now. She's quite good. So, hey, let's do the quiz. You already walked right into the Dick Taylor chocolate world.
Oh.
Are you a milk chocolate?
Are we going to have a chocolate quiz? I'm a milk chocolate kind of gal.
Oh, perfect. Okay, let's do this. Here, hazelnut, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, look at. It's not yours yet, so
okay.
You gotta earn this now.
Okay, maybe I should have asked a question or two. Okay. You offered to answer questions.
Okay, we've never done it that way. Go ahead. You want to ask a question?
No. I'm just saying, when we were setting up the interview, you asked if I had any questions, and I said no.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a little bit of hubris.
Okay, I got it. Question number 1. Best day ever.
My youngest's wedding.
Ooh, nice.
Prairie Creek, beautiful.
That's my wife's favorite hiking spots. All over there. Like right out in the meadow there?
Yeah.
That'd be magic.
No, well, it was in the forest. Like there's a little amphitheater.
Right.
Like luxury spot. That's where they did it.
Oh, that's a cool spot.
Yeah.
Wow. Plenty of free parking. Up and down the road there, you can park a million cars.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll go up there when it's they gated off and we can ride bikes.
Nice.
On the old Dury, whatever parkway. Question number 2. Worst day ever.
I broke my leg while having a temper tantrum during a technical rehearsal at Santa Rosa Junior College. And I finished the rehearsal before being whisked off to the hospital, and then I was in a wheelchair for 4 months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Actually broke your leg.
Oh, yeah, in several places.
Ouch. Did you fall off the stage or?
No, I was being a jerk, and I was demonstrating something, and there was a soft spot in the stage, and my leg just sort of went sideways. And
bummer.
I'm a big girl, so when I go down, I break things.
I break things when I go down. What do you find fulfilling in your life?
I love to garden, and I use that as sort of a regulation tool.
Mm-hmm.
When life gets overwhelming, you will find me weeding.
Where's Mom? She's processing in the garden.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly
That's
right.
good. It's good therapy.
She's out there. Well, then they know whether or not they really want to come out and talk to me, right?
Right.
What's she doing? She's pulling weeds. Maybe later.
Yeah. Today she's fertilizing. Okay, I could go say hi.
Right, exactly. Today she's harvesting. Oh, good. Let's go.
Let's get a snack. It's a process. And what is, for you, a perfect day in Humboldt? Do whatever you want, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Money's not an object. Where do you go? What do you do?
Oh, nice. Well, I start at, what is that beautiful restaurant that's right over in Trinidad, that's right over it's owned by the tribe.
Seascape.
Is it Seascape?
On the pier?
Right on the pier.
Yeah.
Best sourdough blackberry pancake you could ever hope to eat.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Go try it. Really, really good.
Really?
So that would be the start of it. And then there would be a beach walk.
Lots of beaches up there.
Yeah. I mean, you can just step across the parking lot if you want to take the low-hanging fruit.
It's right there.
It's good. It's right there.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, we'll drive back south, maybe stop at Los Bagels and pick up a little something to have as a snack later. Mm-hmm. And then I would happily spend the day hanging out in my beautiful yard in Fields Landing.
Very nice.
If I was feeling super ambitious, I might go for a walk in a redwood.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Something.
Fields Landing. So you have a garden in Fields Landing?
I have a big garden
in grow?
Fields Landing. Well, for a minute, I left this out of my biography, but during COVID, when theaters closed, I took a job as a bread baker at the co-op.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Because I wanted to learn more about that and how better to do that than take a job. Mm-hmm. And I gave up my vegetable garden while I was working at the co-op because we got great vegetables for free at the co-op. So I now have a lot of flowers because I changed everything over to flowers. But now I don't work at the co-op for the last year and some. So I've begun growing vegetables again. It's going okay. I've got various squashes and tomatoes and
love both the co-ops.
Lettuce and radishes and all the things.
Wow, and flowers.
And lots of flowers.
I love it. Yeah, Joni had a garden, and we have a lot of apple trees now around the garden.
Oh.
And deer.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. We have lots of deer.
That's a great sideline of my job in Ferndale, is that I often go to people's homes to deliver, if they need medical equipment. We have a medical lending library for free.
Oh.
So if you live in Ferndale and you need a walker or something for a little while, give us a call.
Cool.
Anyway, I get to go to people's houses to drop things off. And during apple season and plum season, you can just so-and-so out on Centerville, they have the best apples.
And they're giving some away.
And they're giving them away because they're broken and they can't pick them.
Right. Would you like some zucchini with that?
Right?
That was the old joke. How do you know somebody with no friends? They're buying zucchini.
Yeah, exactly.
In Humboldt in the summer somewhere. Anyway, so here's the fun question. This comes from Joni's father, Tom.
Okay.
Hi, Tom, in heaven. Who are you and what do you want?
I want to retire with joy and enough energy in my body to do the things that life has not given me room to do yet.
Ooh, well thought out answer.
I've been thinking about this for a while.
It's a good one.
You work with older folk and you start to think pretty clearly about your end of life.
Right.
Who am I? Yeah, I don't know. Ask me tomorrow. I'd probably give you a different answer.
Right. Shifts a little bit.
I'm a creative and energetic problem solver.
I like it. I think what I like about you is you're really self-aware. There's some self-aware thing that you do that I like.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, you may be wrong, but I think probably not.
Well, it's acquired if it's true.
Yeah. No, that whole emotional intelligence thing that we all talk about. Well, hey, you've done very well.
Oh, well enough to earn chocolate?
From Dick Taylor Chocolate.
Fantastic.
Located in Eureka, California.
I love Dick Taylor.
Just for you. Don't eat it all today. You might share it.
I won't. I might even share it. This might even be my favorite hazelnut milk chocolate.
It's tasty. You know, all of it goes good with a little bit of red wine.
Yeah, so true.
It's super true. That's
or a zucchini.
Or an apple. Sliced apples. They do a lot of pairings over there. They've done they've done pairings with whiskey and beer and wine. And
somebody needs to invite me to the whiskey and chocolate pairing.
That'd be a trip.
I should go to that.
They have a whiskey chocolate. They do once a year. Yeah. Or no, it's ongoing. Actually, it's an ongoing flavor. What's the other, that barley wine that they make, that the old-timey whatever beer? That was interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. Didn't know it could be that good. So let's, as we wrap it up, give us the shout out. How do we get a hold of you and the agency, and how could we participate or give?
Oh, very, very easily. So 707-786-4141 is how you reach the agency.
Okay.
We have a website, ferndalesenior.org, not Ferndale Seniors, just one senior. There's only one senior in Ferndale.
Senior.
I'm kidding, of course. No, it's just that some town in Connecticut or something had
seniors?
The plural. Yeah. Okay. So I took the singular.
It's shorter.
Yeah. ferndalesenior.org. And there you can learn all about our programming and
you can give
all the different things we're doing. And you can give in many different ways. You can just send me a check.
That's cool.
P.O. Box 726, Ferndale 95536.
36. You heard it here first. So I could bring my Jag and donate a car, donate some land, maybe donate a facility for the
yes, if you have, not really interested in trying to remodel a barn, but if you actually have a building in which we could put a commercial kitchen.
That'd be something.
That would be something.
Yeah, I think it's great. You take care of people.
Here's the other thing we're looking to have in case somebody has one and is going to not need it forever. We are looking to have the kind of van that you can transport a person in their wheelchair that has a wheelchair. So we have one that will transport a wheelchair, but not with a person in it.
We have a disabled daughter, so I know we have one.
Oh, you do?
It's a Honda, yeah. It's beautiful.
Well, when you don't need it anymore.
You'll be
when you upgrade.
Yeah. Michaela, you hear that?
Think of me.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It's a Honda. It's beautiful. So real quick before we go, we always ask, what would you like to be your legacy? What would you like us to say about you?
She cared and got some stuff done.
Nice. I like it. Get that stuff done.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you inviting me. Thank you.
And and if you ever, if I could ever help, I'll come. I was going to say I'll come by the building.
You can come by the building. We're there most mornings.
You have an office?
Yeah, so, I have an office, and the kitchen is popping off until early afternoon.
You got it. Okay. Well, hey, that's it. That's a wrap. Scott Hammond with 100% Humboldt Podcast. Like us, love us, join us on Facebook. Access Humboldt, all the podcast platforms. We would like a building and a Jag too, but maybe just a donation would be great too if you feel like you want to support us. And mostly you could support us with a nice review. That'd be cool. Would you agree?
I do agree.
Thanks for being here, Leira.
Happy to be here.
Have a good day.
You too.